Assalamu alaikum everyone. I've also been fascinated by the topic discussing the relationship between science and religion. So I went ahead and made a research and wrote down a little article that I will be sharing with you right now. I'm also going to be sharing an illustration that will be relevant to what we will be discussing right now, so bear with me. There has been a long-standing debate among scholars concerning religion and science. The core of this debate revolves around whether or not religion and science are compatible and can coexist in harmony with each other. Some even go further to claim that religion and science are inherently at odds and completely separate. So I've made an effort to explore the relationship between science and religion and examine whether it is possible to reconcile between the two from an Islamic perspective. But before we start, we need to define both terms to get a clear view of what we are talking about. The Arabic word for religion is deen, and it has several definitions in Arabic dictionaries. One of its common and dominant definitions is believing in a creator of man and the universe. That creator can be one or more depending on the belief system. Believers are also obliged to follow the set of rules and guides constituted by that creator. Therefore, anyone who considers themselves to have a belief in a creator is considered religious, regardless of whether that religion is true or not. However, the only factor that defines a true religion is how consistent it is with the reality. This is the literal meaning of religion in Arabic, but its meaning in Islam is more specific and straightforward. It means believing in only one God, His angels, His messengers, and the hereafter, and following the rules and guides revealed by Allah through His messenger. So whoever holds these beliefs is considered a Muslim. Now let's get to the definition of science. They say science is a knowledge that accumulates through experimenting and examining the natural world. But this definition has limited the meaning of the word if it is used as a replacement of the word knowledge, because in the past, knowledge, which is ilm in Arabic, refers to every kind of intellectual discipline from philosophy to theology to jurisprudence, history, biology, chemistry, astronomy, and so on. In fact, according to a paper published by Stanford Encyclopedia of Philosophy in 2017, it wasn't until the 19th century that the word science became common. Prior to this, what we call science fell under the terminology of natural philosophy. So technically, the word knowledge, which used to include every kind of academic discipline, was replaced with the word science, which only deals with the physical and natural world. This move suspends every discipline that appeals to supernatural entities and suggests that human knowledge should primarily be acquired through observing and studying the natural world. This change was initiated by those who believe that true human knowledge is limited to what we acquire through sense perception and experimentation, and not otherwise. So what are the differences between science and religion? One of the major differences is the claim that science does not appeal to supernatural entities. This means that science cannot confirm the existence of anything outside the natural world, which cannot be perceived by human senses. Immaterial beings like God, angels, souls, and supernatural events like miracles are outside of its scope. Another difference is to say that science relies on experimental evidence, and its conclusions are falsifiable. For example, if someone says something will happen to them tomorrow based on their horoscope, scientists consider this claim to be vague and devoid of any clear content. It cannot be meaningfully falsified, and is therefore non-scientific. This is because science does not accept predictions and prophecies that lack reasonable evidence and are based solely on faith or other non-scientific ways of acquiring knowledge. Whereas in religion, knowledge stems from faith. It is revealed by God the Almighty to His messengers. It is not in any way falsifiable, nor can it be refuted or objected to, because it comes from someone who is all-knowing and wise. Yes, arguments presented by religious scholars and theologians to explain or prove the credibility of a certain religious belief can be refuted, but not the revelation. Some might argue that religion aspires to guide the spiritual part of man's life and his relationship with God, without having anything to do with man's relationship with the world he lives in. While part of this argument is true, however, we believe that religion has a say in how we live our social lives. That's why we have Sharia in Islam, which is a set of laws derived from the Quran and Hadith of the Prophet. And although the Holy Quran is a book of guidance, not a scientific textbook, it does discuss matters related to science that are deemed by some modern scientists to be consistent with scientific facts. That's it for today. Next week we're going to discuss the possible reconciliation between science and religion. If you find any mistake or something you regard as misinformation, please do not fail to reach out to me in the comments below or through my email in the bio. I will be more than happy to take note. Peace be upon you and bye.